She walked into the restaurant alone, dressed, but carried herself gracefully. Yet before she could even speak to the host, whispers started. Then came the smirks, the raised eyebrows, and finally, the cruel command. "We have a dress code. You'll need to leave." She quietly turned and walked out without a word. But just 10 minutes later, the quiet street echoed with the purr of a Bentley engine. The car door opened, and what happened next left the entire staff stunned. Because sometimes the woman you kick out owns everything you're trying to protect. Nai was used to judgment. As a black woman raised in privilege, but determined to live humbly, she chose grace over gold chains. She dressed modestly, often opting for simple jeans and a blouse, despite being married to one of the wealthiest tech moguls in the country. That afternoon, she surprised her friend by taking her to the most talked-about fine dining restaurant in town. She arrived early to secure a table, but when she stepped in, the hostess barely looked at her before sneering, "We don't allow walk-ins, especially not dressed like that." A nearby waiter added, "This isn't fast food." Humiliated but composed, Nia asked to speak to the manager. He waved her off. "We reserve the right to decline service." She nodded slowly and left, passing judgmental eyes and muffled laughter. What they didn't know was that Nia wasn't walking away defeated. She was giving them time to reveal who they were. Wait a second, and tell us where you're watching from in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. As she stepped onto the pavement, Nia calmly pulled out her phone and made a single call. No anger, no drama, just a soft, "Hey babe, I'm outside. Change of plans." 10 minutes later, heads turned as a sleek black Bentley turned the corner and pulled up to the curb. The chauffeur stepped out and opened the door with military precision. Out walked Evan Kingston, tech billionaire, media-shy CEO, and Nia's fiercely protective husband. Inside the restaurant, the staff watched from behind the glass walls. The hostess gasped when Evan entered, the same man whose face graced Forbes and CNN. He wasn't in a tux, just slacks and a sweater, but his presence froze the air. "Is there a problem with how you treat your guests here?" he asked calmly. The manager stumbled forward, suddenly all smiles. "Sir, we didn't know." "You didn't know she was my wife." "That's your excuse?" he said coldly. "So, your respect depends on status, not humanity?" Whispers spread through the dining room. Phones came out. The humiliation they gave Nia was now theirs. Without raising his voice, Evan turned to the stunned guests and staff. "This restaurant prides itself on exclusivity. But if this is how you treat people who don't flaunt their wealth, then I'm buying it." He paused as gasps echoed. Effective immediately, every staff member who turned her away is fired. And this place will now serve everyone, or no one. The hostess dropped her tablet. The manager turned pale. Nia walked in, head high, not in revenge, but in quiet power. Justice wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. It simply arrived in a Bentley. The story went viral within hours, and the restaurant's name trended nationwide. But for all the wrong reasons, Evan and Nia didn't need to prove anything. But what they did proved everything. Class has nothing to do with appearance, and worth isn't determined by clothing or color. The newly renamed restaurant now featured a plaque at the entrance. "Respect is the only dress code." Nia continued to live with humility, never seeking revenge, only change. And every woman who had ever been turned away, overlooked or underestimated, now saw what true power looked like. Quiet, firm, and undeniably graceful. If you enjoyed this story and thought it provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful narratives. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Take care.